English translation. New People's Army video bloggers, surrender now while there's still time. Stop what you are doing. You are in disguise, pretending that you are helping, but the truth is, you are recruiting people to join you in the mountains. We all know you. Mark said. Quote, just to let you guys know, that we are saving the screenshots of people who red tag us and our channel. These people will be sued for defamation and libel. Unquote.
Mark said, quote, yes, you have grievances, you complain and you criticize the government. Now, does it mean that you are a terrorist? Of course not. Does it mean that you are a member of the armed communist rebel group? Of course not. If you know the person who red tagged you, go and sue him for libel. Do not let them red tag you. Do not let them use the mechanism of red tagging to intimidate you. Do not let them use the mechanism of red tagging to become part of our norms. Always remember, that we all have the rights to express our grievances, to complain, to criticize and to express our opinions. Always remember, that we are protected by the 1987 Constitution, Bill of Rights. Always exercise your rights as a citizen of the Philippines. Because if you let them intimidate you and you become tame, it will be the end of democracy and darkness will reign supreme over us. Unquote.
Red tagging in the Philippines refers to the malicious blacklisting of individuals or organizations, critical or not fully supportive of the actions of a sitting government administration. This blacklisting takes the form of being red tagged as either a communist or terrorist or both, regardless of one's actual political beliefs or group affiliations. Such blacklisting is a form of incitement and has pernicious effects on its targets. Red tagging may be performed by either public servants or shills. The United Nations, Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch warned that the use of red tagging as a political tactic undermines Philippine democracy by stifling dissent, producing a chilling effect on general discourse, and more insidiously, encouraging assassinations and retaliations. The notorious practice, better known in the Philippines as red tagging, is one that many rights groups consider dangerous and life-threatening. The Human Rights Defender Protection Act prohibits people including the government from red tagging individuals. Mark said, if you know the individual who is red tagging you, go and sue that individual. Mark said, quote, some people assume that I am anti-government. Some people misjudge that I am anti-government. My reply, no, I am not. I am not anti-government. As a matter of fact, I truly believe in a firm government for the people. A government for the people and by the people. It is an elementary common sense, my friend. How could a society function without bodies of a government? It is impossible. We need a government for our society and nation to function accordingly. You see, my friend, I am not anti-government. It's the corruption, abuse of power, greed, exploitation, oppression and repression that I despise. Do you understand what I am saying here? Do you understand my point? Unquote.
Mark said, quote, "Have you guys been listening and reading the news lately? Police and military forces are raiding the houses of progressive leaders. Many progressive leaders of grassroots movements are being arrested, some are being killed. In my own personal opinion, the president failed miserably in his drug war, so his attention is now on arresting and killing activists, critics and progressive grassroots leaders. The current president will go in front of the International Tribunal Court after his reign to face justice. Yes, I hope it will happen, so justice will be served to the victims and to their families." Unquote.
Mark said, quote, "Why do you keep telling me that I have no right to criticize the government? Why do you keep telling me that I have no right to criticize the politicians? Who said that I have no rights to criticize? Who said that I cannot criticize? Are we living under a dictatorship? Are we living under a fascist rule? As far as I know, we live in a democratic free nation. As far as I know, the Constitution Bill of Rights give me the freedom to criticize and to shout my grievances. Remember, activism is part of our constitutional rights. Do not red tag me. I criticize, yes, but it doesn't mean that I am a terrorist. I criticize, yes, but it doesn't mean that I am part of the new People's Army. Do not let red tagging to become normal. Do not let red tagging to become part of our norms." Unquote.
Mark said, quote, "How many times does the president need to say that the police and military should not hesitate to kill criminals? How many times does the president need to say that do not mind the Commission on Human Rights, that the Commission on Human Rights is stopping him by doing his job? In my personal opinion, the president spits nothing but violence and impunity. That is why the police and military are braver nowadays, by stepping on the rights of ordinary citizens. We Filipinos need a caring, loving and thoughtful president. Not a president who does nothing but to throw insults and mockery to his critics. Not a president who spits rape jokes, violence and impunity. Yes, rape jokes. What kind of a president of a nation who throws rape jokes? Rape is not a joke. We are not ought to throw rape jokes. We Filipinos need and deserve to have a decent president. We Filipinos deserve to have a president with morality." Unquote.